we doing today, guys? I'm a little tired, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not making this week's stream into a video because what I'm gonna be working on mostly is to get affiliate this, preferably by the end of the month, but by the end of the year is my goal. So we have a few extra months just in case it doesn't work out. So next week I'm gonna be trying to get the 7 different days, and this week I just wanted to do a relaxing kind of stream. And we're actually gonna be having music today. Hopefully, it's not like. Cause I remember when I tried to show my island last time, it was very like there was buzzy sounds. I don't know. I think I fixed it. I'm not entirely sure though. But yeah. Sorry, I gotta make sure that you can hear the thing. Oh. Alright. Yeah, pretty relaxing day today. I'm not gonna be streaming for long. Very small stream. And yeah. I'm just gonna be doing some Animal Crossing dailies and maybe talking a little. I don't know. I'm a little tired. Yeah, there's not gonna be a video this week. Probably next week, because as you saw on my Switch, I bought Goat Simulator, so I kind of want to go through that. So we might be doing that's what we might be doing next week, if I could stretch it out that long. I don't know. I wanted to go back to the good old days. Yeah. So yeah, pretty relaxing day, I would say. Not gonna be doing much. I'm definitely not gonna be playing a horror game next week. Cause actually the whole goal of playing Corpse Party one day after another was because I wanted. I should pause the music phone. It's because I wanted to get the goal done then, but it resets every month, so. But it was still fun. Corpse Party was really fun. I actually was gonna play the other Corpse Party games, but I got a little scared because I didn't hear good things about any of them. Nothing at all. I heard no good things. No one had anything good to say. Sometimes my villagers are weird. I haven't really changed much on the island since I showed it to you guys last week. I don't change much very quickly. It's more of just like, whenever I get something new, I just slowly edit. Or I have areas that I'm waiting for to get stuff for, if that makes sense. What kind of look should we go for today? I kind of went for a punk look yesterday, so I might as well go for kind of a sweeter looking one this today. That made sense. Good job. Let's go with something like this. I like that. I buy clothes every single day from Able Sisters, so I have a lot of options. But I'm pretty sure I haven't worn everything that I've bought. Cause I really like that. I definitely have favorites. I think we all do if we play this game. I love wearing these boots. I wear them probably the most. Let's see. God, what would fit? Mary Jane's? Probably. Yeah, that's a cozy looking fit. Alright. I don't know what the buzzing sound was. Cause it was like crazy as like the last time. This is also a way for me to test if this works, like streaming like this on my because fun fact, this capture card that I'm using is super old. I used it when I was probably like 13 or 12. I have a old YouTube channel that's circulating around. I don't know the password to it, so I can't really take down the videos, but I used to have a Minecraft YouTube channel. I might show it one of these days. It's just more embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. I think we all have like YouTube channels we did as kids that are embarrassing. My mom used to post very embarrassing videos of me. And then she claimed that I don't know the password to it. But she does know the password to it because that account liked one of my videos from this channel. And I was like, Mom, you've lied to me. I understand though. I don't think she wants to take them down. So I get why she lied. They're memories to her. But God, are they embarrassing. They're so embarrassing. I think all of us could agree we were, we were embarrassing children. I don't think any of us can look back at our childhood, especially in middle school, and be like, I was proud of who I was. You could be. You could be proud of, like, the person you are. But I'm just saying that, like, it's more of, like, it's weird if you weren't embarrassed by some of the things you did. Like, I used to be, like, oh my god, I was a really big weeb in middle school. Super big. It was, like, during the break of when I stopped watching horror films. I was really into anime, like, a lot. And I still watch it nowadays. I watch it all the time. But it's more of, like, it's a little different because I don't do some of the things I used to do. Like, yeah, my friends, we have this running joke because I was held back in first grade. So I've always been a lot older than my peers in my grades. Like, usually by a year or two. So, what was I gonna say? So, in middle school, all of my friends, my new friends, because I transferred to a new, like, district in middle school, so I was with a whole different group of people, and so when I made friends, we were all really into anime. In fact, we would, like, say, like, hey, this week or weekend, because we can get through it quick, usually, we were like, hey, let's watch this show, or this show. I remember this one time, they watched You Lie in April. Oh, You Were Lie in April. But I was busy that weekend, so I wasn't able to watch it. And they all of them came back so depressed, and I refused to watch that show because I don't want to be that sad. Because they were sad. But anyway, because I was so much older than them, and all of us, actually, only I was, white. How do I say that? Most of them were from Asian descent, but that doesn't really matter. What matters is because I was older, they called me senpai. And it was so weird. Looking back, it's like really embarrassing. And it's even worse that that's the age I got Snapchat on. So I refuse to download Snapchat. I know the email, I know the password, but I refuse to go back on it because I put senpai in my name. I will never download Snapchat again. I refuse. I might go to, like, save some memories, because I recorded a lot of, like, hanging out with my friends, and I kind of want those memories. But is it worth it going onto that Snapchat account and just looking at that name? I don't think so. Super, oh, I should put my thing on mute. Yeah. You didn't until 20... See, you were probably in high school by then, too, so you, like, you weren't weird. I was weird. I downloaded it at the worst age possible, because I was just a weird person, and I chose to use a weird name. were junior. See, Mike, that's different. It's not different. Like, you still got Snapchat, but you can't change your name on Snapchat, or at least that's what happened when I was on it. I don't care to look at it now. I'm not gonna use Snapchat anyway, but it's more like embarrassing. Oh my god. I have really embarrassing, middle school? Stupid embarrassing. I also did things that, like, nowadays I would probably get in so much trouble for. Like, I would get in so much trouble for them, but, like, I did them not because I was trying to be offensive, but because I generally liked it. Like, during my weeb phase. Really? Oh, okay, I know why. That makes sense. Yeah, I got, like, my middle school yearbooks are really embarrassing, and for a cultural dress-up day, I bought not a traditional kimono, really cheap. I was just trying to look cute, and I wore it, and it's in the yearbook. And looking back on it, it's like, I didn't mean to come off as offensive, but when you look at it, it's like, no. It's not traditional, it wasn't my culture. I wasn't really, like, I had no ill intent, but looking at it, it's just like, that's a yikes, cherry. Something I would definitely not do today. You know how Bo Burnham sang about how he dressed up as Aladdin for Christmas? It's kind of like that. A little bit. Same vibes. Alright. God, we've all done embarrassing things, though. I think being embarrassed, or just like, it's just like one of those emotions that you feel, and it kind of helps build character. Like, I got a good one. When I was little, I used to walk around the house kind of naked a lot. Like a nudist. I still kind of do. That's not really good information for you guys to have, but like, I live with my mom's. But when my dad was in the house, there was this one time that I went to the neighbors to go swim because they had a pool, and I was coming back. And I said, I'm gonna go take a shower. And so I have my own bathroom, but when I was little, I liked using my parents' shower because they had a door instead of a curtain, and I didn't like it when the water would go out of the shower, if that makes sense. So I would use their shower. They also have like a little bench in it, and I like to sit there when I was waiting for my conditioner to like work. But anyway, I changed out of my bathing suit in my room, and how my house works. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Hold on. And how my house works is there's a hallway from my room. It goes out, and then my parents' room's right here, and then there's another part of the hallway right here. So it's like a L shape. So I went out, and I was about to go. I turned the corner to go to my parents' room, and I looked, and there was my dad and a complete stranger that was on a ladder, like doing something to the wall. And I panicked. I did this. I did like jazz hands and ran back. Keep in mind, I was fucking butt naked, and I kind of sat in my closet and cried because I was really embarrassed. I was young. This wasn't like a few years ago. I was like super young. And my dad told me later that the guy was like, please tell me she was wearing a bathing suit, because I don't think he saw me. I kind of blame my dad for that one, because he should have said, hey, just so you know, if there's a stranger in a house putting cameras in, kind of on him. That one's on him. But yeah. It's an embarrassing story. I also did theater when I was really little, so I have a lot of embarrassing stories then. Let's see. For my first theater production, I was in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And I was in Oompa Loompa. And I don't remember this and I'm really glad I don't. My mom loves this story. She, so I was an Oompa Loompa, and apparently I thought it would be better, like, I took creative liberty, and I thought what would make me look better in the role is if I, squatted down and walked. You know, like, when you squat on your knees and, like, walk? That's what I was doing, and I thought that was the way to go. I was like, this is how you do it. Hold on. So, that was on my, apparently if I did it, even though the director didn't want me to. And lo and behold, on one of the nights, my pants fell down. Just straight up, my pants fell off my fucking ass. Nothing was interesting. So, yeah, I don't remember that. It's not really an embarrassing story, but I guess it's more of just like, wow, I did that. I don't remember it though. I'm glad I don't. I don't think I would be able to, like, remember that. There's so many just, like, yikes things. I think we could all feel that way about, like, when we had, like, feelings towards someone. We've done, like, really yikes things. Oh my god, super yikes. I think it builds character. It doesn't mean it doesn't feel like yikes. Aw, I love Molly. Oh my god. What other embarrassing stories do I have? I don't think anything could top the senpai story. That's just awful. Super yikes. I'm using these for a recipe. Oh, I'm so excited for Halloween. I put a lot of, like, Halloween decorations on my island. And even though my island's German themed, something about the pumpkins kind of just fit the mood of what I'm going for, so I put them there. It might not be culturally, like, and it might not be accurate, but I don't know, I think they help. I'm definitely gonna, like, I might take some of them down when I get the mushroom stuff, because I think the mushrooms fit better. Also, I don't know about this. This is all for Velma, who I love. She's so quirky and funny. So I put this up for her. I don't know if I like it. It's gonna stay there for a little bit until I figure that out. Oh. I have some embarrassing stories that didn't happen to me. Fly me to the moon? What? Oh, you finished there. Yeah. I really like Squid Game. And I remember when I told Lex to watch it, he kept singing it in call, and only I was affected by it, because I was the only one that I saw it, and he was just like, he kept singing it, and it was like, do you like it? See, I really like Squid Game. And, like, for some reason, I have a hard time liking things that are popular, because I think I like to critique them more. But I really like Squid Game. Dobby! What the hell are you doing? What is this? Just us? Together? I would love to. It was really good. I do not know how to sail. But I did take marine biology, and we watched, and I we talked about. Oh, he taught us how to chart, but I don't remember. That's probably the craziest thing I will probably ever say on stream. I was in a marine biology class, and that was a science class I was able to take in high school. My high school was whack. Ooh, I love this. Who's your favorite character? Because my favorite character is like the girl. I think everyone's favorite. A lot of people have that same opinion with me. It doesn't have to make sense. It just means I'm adding more. You like the old dude? I love the old dude too. I knew I loved him during the first game when he did the way he was walking. I was like, I like this guy. He's cool. He's cool. Dobby. Right? He's adorable. He's so cool. He's quirky. I've been thinking about watching Breaking Bad, but I have to finish JoJo first. I'm gonna be watching it Friday. I thought about doing a little bit today, but I kinda just want to play DBD. I didn't even want to stream today. I'm gonna be honest. I was gonna wait until next week because I was gonna do... I'm trying to do every day next week. And I want to make one video. Because I just really want to hit affiliate. I'm so close. You don't understand, Mike. I'm so close. I have one goal, and I have 3 more to go. So 3. I have to average 3 viewers, which is very hard. 7 different days, and stream for 8 hours. Which if I stream for an hour every stream, and just stream an extra day, or just stream 2 hours for one, I'm good. I love Benjamin so much. Look at this man. Oh, he's so cute. I love Benjamin. Sometimes I got people on the island, like when I went into Animal Crossing, because my mom and my dad did a really sweet thing for me, because I didn't have a Switch when this game came out. It sucks. I said something on my Instagram to get people to be like, hey, I'd appreciate it, but I'm not gonna expect anyone to do anything. Because half those people don't really know me. But it's okay. It's something, like, it's not impossible to hit, and I'll definitely hit it eventually. It's just more of like I have a goal and I kind of want to do it by the end of the year. But if I don't get it by the end of the year, there's always next year. I was telling you earlier, or I was telling the guys that I don't mind, like, if my popularity on Twitch, because I don't want to be popular, but I want to be able to, like, make a living off of this. Because I'm having so much fun. Like, every aspect. And, I don't mind if it takes a while. Yeah, to be big enough. Oh yeah, I don't mind if it takes a year or so, or like a few years. I'm okay to do that. Yeah. I'm not gonna, like, and people who did it overnight, like Tommy in it and all those Dream SMP people who popped up overnight, I'm so proud of them. But I also can't, I don't wish that for me, because I think that's very stressful, and I think they're handling it pretty well. But I'm very proud of them for, like, they got their shit together fast, and they were instantly, I think they were streaming for a while before they got popular, though. But I'm saying their popularity happened pretty fast. I think that would stress me out. Because then there's way more people. And that's where people will start... I've noticed that Twitter doesn't like people who are, what's it called? Sorry, my lips are looking chapped today. Twitter just doesn't like people. Same. What was I gonna say? So I kind of don't want to get popular that fast. Not solely because of Twitter, but it kind of helps that they're just assholes. Why is everyone on Twitter so mean? Not everyone, but like, you know what I mean. How do I have two? What? Okay. Yeah. My point is that I don't mind waiting. So I don't have to get to affiliate, like, this month. It's a goal that I would like to achieve, and it would be really cool if I got there. But it'll happen eventually. If that makes sense. And I definitely think it's a good idea to work on my, because you guys were saying that because I only stream once a week, but I post a video once a week, that I'm more considered a YouTuber than a streamer. And I honestly don't mind being either. I'm working on figuring out which is the best course of action that makes me feel healthy and it's more manageable. Hey girl, what's up? I haven't been able to catch your streams recently, but I really enjoyed watching them. I've heard both of them is more work, but I'm okay with that. Posting a video a week is hard though. Streaming once a week is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to do it, to be anything, because I'm really motivated to do it, but I'm also lazy. Let's see. I got it. But I'm ready to put the work in. If I get to affiliate, I think that would be a way bigger motivator, because then I have, like... Excuse you. Okay, hold on, I gotta go put in more. I think my point is that I know both of them are gonna be work, but I think I'll be okay to do that work. Yeah, that's totally the point I was trying to make. Like, I'm not gonna do streams like this often, where I'm more of just kind of relaxing. But yeah, I thought it would be just a good way, because I didn't want to play a horror game this week, I'm gonna be honest, guys. But I'm not gonna do it next week either. And there's a lot. Not that I don't have selection, I'm just scared. Like, last week's game. Let's talk about that. That video is probably one of my least proud ones, because, like, it was so short, and it was so hard to put it at the 10-minute mark. And it's not a good video. But the game was fine. It just scared me, for no reason. I didn't even finish it. Well, I finished it, but not the way you're supposed to. To be fair, it just kept crashing, and I wasn't able to open up the ending again. Hold on, I gotta move this a little. But I was close. I could feel in my gut that I was close at the ending. But I ain't going back. My dogs are barking, and I went to put them outside, and then there's like this lady who was at my door, and she was smiling, and I did not open it because I am not gonna deal with that shit. She didn't ring the doorbell; she's just standing there. So that's a little creepy. I'm not gonna go fucking check to see if she's gone, because I don't wanna see her still there. Creepy. Just walked up smiling. You don't do that to me. But yeah. I know both Twitch and YouTube are super hard to work towards, but I really enjoy this, so I don't mind doing that stuff. Okay, back to embarrassing stories. So, this story didn't happen to me, but I was the receiver of this, and I cannot imagine how embarrassing this is. So, middle school boys. When I was in middle school, there was, literally, like, the first month I was there, because I was new, and so, like, all these kids who went to elementary school together, I didn't go to school with them, so I was new. And, these boys were doing a dare to where they were like, hey, I dare you to go ask this new girl out. But I didn't hear that part. But that's what was happening. So this kid, after a class, while we were all waiting for the bell to ring, so we were all in the class, the teacher was there. He came up, and very dramatically, this is exactly what happened. So I was waiting at the door, I was talking to my friends, and he came up, and he was like, he said my name, and he was like, will you go out with me? He reached out his hand. He reached out his goddamn hand and was like, will you go on a date with me? And I looked at this man and instantly said no. I said no. 'Cause... Yes! He did! He actually did that! Will you go out with me? With his hand out. And I said no, and he was like, okay, and walked away. And then I talked to one of his friends after, and I was like, I feel bad. And he was like, you should have said yes. And then I was told it was a dare, so then I didn't feel bad. Oh, he wanted a new greeting? What should I put it as? Dude, kids are awful. Oh my god. And that was a dare. And he pulled all that shit for a dare. What would he have done if I said yes? What would he have done? Ain't my fucking Prince Charming, that's for sure. Alright. Greeting. Let's figure this out. No, but I was gonna say sup bimbo, but my Dobie already says bimbo. What do I put? Oh my god. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Lucky. I found out recently that if you just use special characters, you can get away with saying curse words. I did, I'm so dirty, I'm so sorry, Lucky. I wasn't ready for the dialogue! Oh my goodness. Yeah, I found out that he did it as a dare, which made me feel better about saying no. But no, why? Why? Like, why would you even dare someone to do that? Isn't that awful? Hey, I dare you to ask this random person out. He's lucky I said no, because what would he have done if I said yes? That would have been weird. Oh my god. Dude, my high school... Oh my god! Okay, so I don't like PE. I don't think anyone, like, loves PE, except for if it's, like, dodgeball. I actually, on rainy days on my high school, we would play dodgeball, and that was the only cool thing. That and, like, fucking... What is that called? It's like... We played cornhole once. It was, like, weird ass... But we once had a, Oh, dude, the PE teachers. Did you ever have those male PE teachers who had the tightest fucking workout shirts and their nipples would show through? I had 2 of those teachers. Real people. What? Why are they so tight? Why are those shirts so tight? Like, kudos to you guys, but like, I would think that like that would hurt. It was a Chad. They're always just Chad, man. Rock climbing PE class? What the hell kind of class is that? I want that class. Dude, I had to do swimming for us. Like, we would, like, like, every month we would do different things, and one month we actually did swimming. And PE was my first, my first class, so first period, I had to be wet the rest of the day. Adventure gym? What the hell? What? What else would you do? What the hell does high adventure stuff mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, what else would you do besides rock climbing? You better answer, because you can't leave me on this high note like that. Propelling? Kayaking? Dude, imagine. Yeah, my biology class, we were supposed to go to the Redwood Forest, but it got canceled. Oh, my marine biology teacher was so sick. Dude, that's sick though. I had to be stuck with fucking swimming and cornhole. And you did high adventure shit. That's actually really upsetting. I'm mad about that. My high school sucks. Dude, the fights at my school were bad. Like, this one girl, she was actually really scary. But it was weird. Like, this is, like, actually terrifying girl. Like, the way she would, like, fight was brutal. 'Cause she wasn't, like, the cat fight like this. She would yank your hair and, like, throw you around. 'Cause she was strong as shit. It was really scary. I never was in a fight with her, though, but... Oh, shit. But what's interesting is somehow I was in the office once and she sat next to me. And we became kind of friends. This girl, like, not friends, but acquaintances. Oh my god. And she was really sweet to me, but, like, I remember my friends I added her on Instagram, and my friends saw, like, cause you know when you get notifications when you add someone on Instagram, and you're like, hey, this person recently followed that. They saw that I followed her, and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? She was scary, but she liked me for some reason. I think I just have that effect on people. I was friends with I won't say his name so he doesn't get in trouble, because he still does this. But I was friends with a a dealer in high school. I never got anything from him, but he would deal pills. Don't know how he had access to it, but he did. And he was, oh my, why, how do I keep pressing that? And he was like one of my good friends. But this one time we were talking, and he was like, "Hey, Cherry, do you want some pills?" And I said, "No, thank you." And he was like, "You sure? I got a lot in my stock today." And he was wearing a beanie, and he took it off, and he laid it on where we were sitting, and he unfurled this part, you know, like this part? He, like, you know how people have, like, the trench coats, like that stereotype? This man did that with his beanie. He unfurled it, and there was mini bags all around it. It was so interesting. Ow. And I would have never expected that, because it didn't look like there was anything in that beanie, but the beanie was stocked as shit. There was a lot of pills. Anyway, one time this kid bit me. Like, we were talking, and I was sitting beside him, and not like the bad, like, fighting bit, but just like, he did it in a playful way. He's gay, by the way. I should say that. So it wasn't like a sexual kind of bit. It was more of just like, hey, I was sitting next to him, and we were talking, and I was talking about some shit, but the point is I was the one, like, I was talking about something, and he leans over, and just bites me gently on the shoulder, and then we just sat in silence for a little bit, because what the fuck are you supposed to say to that? What do you say in that situation, where you're just chilling, and then the person you're talking to bites your shoulder? What do you do? I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there and stared at him like this. And he said, "What?" What do you mean, what? What do you mean, what? You can't just say what when I look at you weirdly for biting me. He was just like, "You will have a very biteable shoulder." I was like, "Thanks, man. Thank you." What? What do you mean, what? What? Oh my god. This one time, the boys at my school lost, door privileges. You should hit him with a problem! Dude, he would, honestly. If he knew that meme, he would have hit me with the problem. The kids at my school lost door privileges. Only the boys. And not like door privileges, I keep doing that. Door privileges to the stalls, door privileges to the bathroom itself. So the teachers were able to go in there. And in junior year, before quarantine, we would sit, my friend group would sit kind of directly in front of the bathroom. Not like the doors right here, we were like right here. We were here, and kind of on the other side of the quad, we were here. Anyway, and we sat in front of, we didn't know this at the time, we sat in front of the bad bathroom where, like, crazy shit happened. Now, they lost door privileges, not for usual things like, you know, drugs, or they did naughty things in the bathroom. They just did weird shit. In fact, I knew someone who did one of the weird shit that was the last straw for the teachers, and was the reason the door got lost. So they brought, there was 3 boys, and they bought 3 bottles of different types of soda. So one was Pepsi, and then the other 2 were Coke. Diet Coke and Coke. I don't remember. But there were 2 types of Coke. And they ran in the bathroom, and there was only 3 apparently. There was only 3 toilets in the boys' bathroom. So what they did is they opened the soda bottles and poured each of them into the toilets, like almost to the point of overfilling. And they crinkled up the bottle in a way to where they shoved it into the toilet bowl, like, you know, like where all the shit goes, that thing. They shoved it in there, and apparently it was really hard to get out. And then they flushed it. So as you can imagine, it overfilled. And so when people went in the bathroom, all they saw was brown ass water. So they thought that they clogged all the toilets, which they did, but they didn't clog it with stuff in it. They clogged it with, like, soda. What the hell did you just say? Fake bites? My cat? How do you fake bite? What do you mean by fake bite? Like, he makes the noise? What? Ava, explain yourself. I just read that. I'm trying to get a fucking scallop so I can talk to the really cool dude. Oh. Yeah, don't worry. So, another thing they did, these boys, is during the time when the door was off, they did even more shit. Because they were able to get things in. Like the noise. That's it. You gotta love those people. Those are some weird ass people. But usually they're like the coolest people to be friends with because they're just really interesting. They're not like the other girls. So they would do more shit with the door like open, like without the door. Like there was no hinges. They actually took the door off the hinges, those teachers. They were able to do more things because they were able to get into the bathroom. So this one time, I've told this story a lot to my friends, but I'm gonna say it again on stream. So this one time, so I went to a very big school. Like, it was huge. So where I sat was on one side of the school, and on the other side was the pool. And, we had a lot of teachers' quarters. And one of the teachers' quarters, the couch broke. So they took the couch out and put it next to the pool. Now this couch worked in a way to where it had 3 sections. And you could, it wasn't like, the sections weren't attached really. You just put them together and they made a couch. That's very important to know. So, a group of like, maybe 30 fucking boys, all of them boys, 30 boys, they found this couch. And were like, let's put this in the bathroom. So, what me and my friends saw, we were eating. And out of the, so like I said, we sat across from the bathroom. Next to us was a hallway. Like, we were outside and next to us was a door to a hallway. And we're eating, and all of a sudden the doors bust open, loud as shit. And a group of boys carrying one of the couches runs into the bathroom. A few seconds later, the second part with a bunch of boys carrying it, and then the third part. And then, about 5 fucking teachers with whistles and shit, and walkie-talkies and just everything. Like, some of these people, like, things were falling off when they were running so hard. Like, and they all went into the bathroom. And this happened in about 15 seconds. It was so quick, and it was so hard to process. But what they did is they got the couch into the bathroom and put it together and basically just sat on it. But the teachers weren't able to go into the bathroom because, you know, rules. So they had to go get the principal who was able to go into the bathroom. So in that time, the teachers were just sitting outside, like, huffing and puffing, were very upset, and you could hear we heard the boys giggling inside. And my friend at the time, he was able to go in and take a picture of it. And I don't have the picture still, but it was a bunch of, you know, probably freshmen. No, sophomores. Freshmen are annoying, but they don't do stupid shit like that. You know, the sophomores are the ones that do that shit. It was probably sophomores. It was just a bunch of sophomore boys, probably with the biggest shit-eater grins on their face. It was really funny. It was a very funny moment because all my friends were just shocked. Because how do you react to the situation? No one prepares you for stuff like that. Like in high school movies, you don't see shit like that. You see like heartbreaks or like a lot of couples, which does still happen, but they're just really annoying. Oh my god. So the way my high school worked is there was a lot of outside parts, but the hallways were all on the inside. And the hallways were where the classes were, except for the outdoor classes. Like, there was, portables. And every time I had a class in a hallway, there was that one couple. There was that one fucking couple that would stand and, like, start making children in the middle of the hallway. Impeding the flow of traffic and in everyone's way. It was either a couple or like a big friend group or just people being stupid. And I swear, it was like the bane of my fucking existence. Just these people being stupid. And like, just, what's the point of standing there? And just like, in the middle, go to the side of the hallway, not in the, because this is already a small hallway. So it's hard to even go with the flow of traffic because everyone's just walking against each other. But when there's someone in the middle, it makes it worse. There's this one time I was late to class because of something like that. And my teacher was in a bad mood that day. And so I almost got detention because of it. And she used to never give out detention. I remember crying. But because I was a pussy and cried about almost having detention, she didn't give it to me. I can't deal with, like, being yelled at by teachers well. Because I've never been in, like, trouble like that. This one time. Speaking of never being in trouble, I got drug tested once at school. Not because they were suspicious of me, but because at the beginning of the year, my mom would have to sign a waiver that said, hey, would you like us to randomly check your child for drugs? And she was like, do you want to do this? And I said, why not? I have nothing to hide. And we did that every year, and sophomore year, not sophomore, it was junior year, they actually called me out. They wanted to test me. Not, it was like random, so like they weren't suspicious of me. It was just more like random. But I was in math class, so as you could tell, I was excited to get out of that class. And because my school was so big, all of the proctors would go around in golf carts. So I remember sitting on the golf cart, and there was 3 other kids, and all the kids looked not happy. They looked scared. And I was just this crazy, nerdy girl sitting on the fucking, like, golf cart like, ooh, this is gonna be fun. I knew it was for a drug test. I was just like, ooh. Yeah. Because they had to have permission to check the kids. At my school, at least. So I was just sitting on the golf cart like, ooh, I get to get out of math class. And I remember saying, like, this is gonna be, like, I remember being like, oh my god, we get a free out of class card. And this one dude, because I was sitting on the back of the golf cart, and he was in next to it. He actually did this turnaround, where he put his arm on the thing and looked at me and did this. And I was like, okay. And I remember, like, the proctor rounded up a few more people, and then we went to the library, and people were tested one by one, and I was still like, ooh, I get out of class. Well, your state works very differently than mine. Have you been ever, like, randomly drug tested? Mine came back negative, of course. For anything, but it was like the pee test. And the girls that were next to me were very upset that they had to pee in a cup. It was very hard for me to pee in a cup. Because I didn't have to go! It's weird. And it was weird, because they wanted the door to the bathroom open, but not to the stall. And we were timed. So we had to do it. I think that was the most stressful part, is that we had to do it within 5 minutes. She was like, if you don't come out in 5 minutes, I'm coming in. And I was like, oh shit! I was able to do it. And like, no one got in trouble. I had a friend, though, that was friends with the drug dealer. She would bring pee that wasn't hers in a hydro flask. And so, like, this one time she guessed correctly. She was like, they're gonna test me. Because they would do it in a week. So there was a week where they would test people, and that was a week where people were called out of class, right? And so Monday came, and one of her friends, 2 of her friends that were in the class with her, they got called out of class and not her, and she was like, oh god, they're testing. So she would have a hydro flask, and she would bring the hydro flask, and then it was like not the hydro flask you're thinking of that was metal, it was the plastic one. And she would put it in, yeah, it's gross. She put it in her waistband. She got away with it. She got tested negative, and she did this for 2 years. Because the first year was freshman year, but she didn't smoke then. She didn't do drugs. She just vaped. But you can get in trouble for that at my school, because like there was shit in it. So that was interesting. I remember I was with her once when I don't know why, I was curious. She was going to like get more of the stuff. And I was with her when it happened. And it was so interesting the way they did it. Because it's so at my school, the older you are, like, classman-wise, the more likely you are to get, lockers. So, most of her dealers were seniors, and they all had lockers. And I was with her this one time. And, basically, she was carrying around a teddy bear all day. And I was like, did your boyfriend give this to you? And she said, nope. And so I was like, oh shit, she's cheating. She was not. So basically, at lunchtime, she opened the zipper of the teddy bear and pulled out a sheet of paper. And on the sheet of paper was a number. And she was like, do you want to come with me? And I said, sure. So we went to the locker with the number on it. And in the locker, because you know how lockers have those grates? In the, like, one of the grates, there was a piece, like, the tiniest sliver of paper sticking out. And she pulled it out. And it was the code. It was so interesting. A code to not that locker, but to a different locker. So I went to that locker, opened it up, and there was another fucking teddy bear in it. And so she traded the teddy bears, closed it, and then went on her merry way. And then after school, when we used to walk on a trail together, she unzipped it, and there was her new, like, vape shit. It was the craziest thing I ever saw. And it blew my fucking mind that kids went, like, that's the way they worked around it. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? That blew my mind. And I asked her, like, what the fuck is up with the teddy bear? And apparently it's because the school, you need permission. If the school is suspicious that you have shit in your locker, they'll open it. But there's not, like, if there's the teddy bear. It's interesting. And then my other friend, she used her locker not for books, but for food. So sometimes at lunch, she'd be like, hey, you want to go get a soda with me? And I said, sure, do you want some money? She said, no. And she would go to the locker, open it up, and it would be like a fucking, like, stand in there. There would be, like, there was, like, stacks of, like, you know how, like, there's boxes for... It's clever, but it freaked me out, because I was like, this is a huge fucking workaround. It was insane. It was a high, like, fucking operation. It was crazy. But my friend would have, like, you know the boxes with the soda? She would have 2 of those, and then she'd have, like, little organizers, and one of them would have chips, and the other one would have, like, fucking other snacks, like fruit snacks, and it was crazy. It was crazy. I think the lockers in my school were just crazy. Dude, for, PE, the swimming year I had was god-awful. Because there was a swimming year, or swimming month, every semester. Not every semester, every school year. So that means for 1 month out of all of them, instead of something fun like dodgeball or lacrosse, it would be swimming. And that means, and I had PE first period twice. So as you can tell, I'm very upset. And, like, the only 2 years I had, like, general PE, because in the 3rd year I had aerobics, which I chose specifically to get out of swimming. Because fuck that. Oh, come on! Do you know how hard it is to find a pearl? Why can't I find a stupid scallop? Oh my god. But yeah, it was awful. And they would force you, not force you, but they really, like, wanted you to take a shower. And I refused to take a shower at that grody ass, because it was a public shower, and there was always those 2 girls, nothing wrong with it, it just made me even more, like, fuck this. Like, there's always those 2 girls, like, that stripped entirely naked. It's a girls' locker room, so they had the right to. It's just more of, like, yeah, I'm not joining that. I don't want to shower, so that means I never showered. So I do shower, but not, like, at school, because it sounds gross. But you have to understand how gross those showers were. And I was very self-conscious of the way I looked, so I bought, like, one-piece swimsuits, because I didn't want people to see what I looked like. Fully naked. Oh, it's probably worse for guys. I've heard horror stories from the guys' locker room. Especially in my school. I couldn't imagine. Because for girls, they kind of mind their own business. But at my school, the guys were stereotypical. Like, you know, like, usually they would be in movies, how they'd, like, be like, oh, and, like, slap each other with towels. That was actually, like, an epidemic at my school for, like, 2 months straight. It was bad. This one kid got, like, sent to the principal's office because, like, his butt started bleeding. Because he got whipped so hard. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. To be fair, the guys at my school were just crazy. There would be some days where the pool would be so gross that I would, like, just dip my head back in the water of the shower. Cause our pool is disgusting. Like a prison shower! No, don't say like a prison shower! Cause that's crazy if, like, shit happens when you do drop the soap. Better reword that, boy. Bro, where are these fucking scallops? What is wrong? Why can't I find a scallop? This is crazy. I've never, like, gone this long without finding one. Dude, bro. There was also this one time. I was friends with a guy at this point. And he told me that there was this villain going around. I don't know, like, criminal going around, that what he would do is, because at my school, you weren't supposed to close your locker in the gym when you're going to the gym, like all the way. So you would have to leave it kind of open. I don't know why. It wasn't actually for for the girls' locker. It was for the guys, because the guys were fucking insane. The ones at my school were just like on fucking crack all the time, 24/7, doing crazy shit like this. Don't know why, but like so some of them would lose privileges to be able to close their locker. They would like leave it cracked, and this is because someone was going around like weeks before, and they made this like contraption. It was a piece of metal that they put they cut out a sliver of it. It was and it did something to the locker to where if you would turn around and go away from your locker, they would put it in the sliver, and so when they close it, it would be fucking stuck. Like, you would put the combination in, wouldn't open. And it cost the school so much money because they would have to fucking break the locker almost to get people's shit out. It was insane. I don't know how to explain it because I wasn't there. But it was like, it didn't happen to anyone I knew, but I knew someone who like saw like the aftermath of it. And so like it was like this, it was bent by that point, so it's hard to like say what it looked like, but it was a piece of metal that they would like they cut in a certain way to where when you close the locker, it was crazy. Like fucking engineering shit these boys were doing to like laugh at each other. It was crazy. It was bad though. It's crazy. This one girl got my school was just crazy. This one girl, you would get in trouble for that. We didn't have a gym like lock. The lock was connected to the door. You get in trouble. Did you have to pay? Because that would have been awful. My school got rid of the fucking library, so they got rid of everything except for books that are used for curriculum, so like textbooks and some English books. But they got rid of everything else. And you weren't allowed to go into the library during your passing period or lunch unless you were a tutor or being tutored. So you weren't allowed to work on your shit. You weren't allowed to read, like, the books without... It was crazy. Isn't that, like, mental? My school was crazy. What are some of them? $10?! Jesus Christ! That's insane. Yeah, they got in trouble for not letting people lock their lockers because people threatened to steal them. And then the school was like, we deny any responsibility for if shit gets stolen. And it's crazy. So junior year, I used to have the proctors at my school were fucking strict as shit. Oh my god, I didn't find any. What is going on? That's crazy. The proctors at my school were strict as shit. And so there was this rule. So junior year, I had my first period and my second period. I didn't have class. So I was able to come in late and just, you know, chill. And so... Can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? No! 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 Shit. What was I gonna say? Yeah. And so I would come in late, and I would, like, usually go get a drink or something really cheap. And I would go, and I would sit in my car, because it gets really cold, because I went to a school by the beach. So that means that, when in the mornings, it's chilly as shit, because it's beach air. Like, oh my god, it's bad. So I would sit in my car, but, so... My parking lot for the school was so big that half of it was technically off school grounds. So I would purposely park in those areas so that the proctors wouldn't tell me shit. Because apparently you're not supposed to sit in your car during, like, passing periods and shit. Like, which makes sense. But there's also a rule that says they can't really tell you what to do and what not to do when you have free periods. So I would get in trouble so often for being off campus when I had a free period. And the way they do I have 2 chimneys? I do. The way they justified it was, if you're on campus, you're staying on campus until you leave. And the proctors told me that. And I was so mad about this that I went to the vice principals, because I had 5 vice principals at my high school. Because my high school was that big. It was huge. So we had 5 vice principals and 1 principal. And by the way, my principal was 6 foot, like, something. She was, like, the tallest woman I'd ever seen. It's crazy. Anyway, like, I was very upset about this. Because I was like, the proctors are not doing what they're supposed to. They're going against the rules and being mad at me. And, like, they're saying that once I'm on campus, but I have a passing period, so I'm allowed to be in the car. And, like, I was that person who basically was like, listen, this is what they're doing. And so I got the proctors in trouble. It was only one proctor who did it. But she, like, threatened to write me up. She was very upset about it. And then she didn't do shit about it for the rest of the year because I tattletaled. Which is, like, but it's also, like, I'm justified because I was not doing anything wrong. So, fuck that proctor. There's this really cool proctor. Oh my god, he was sick. All of them had golf carts. But I forget what his name was, but he was really cool. But there's nothing really to say about him. He was just cool. Where the hell is the balloon? It's just gone! God damn it. What? Dude, my mom worked in the district of my high school, so if shit went down, you know she would get upset and, like, complain to the people because she was friends with the vice principal at that school. Because she was a vice principal at another school. So I was kind of privileged in that way. I love Antonio so much. Where is this kettle he gave me? Ooh. So, what I have a plan for this side of my island is I want, like, once you step through here and go this way, all of this is gonna be, like, crazy big forest. So, like, my pattern. This pattern is just, like, it's just gonna be pathways. It's gonna be, like, a winding thing. It's, like, because I don't know, like, I don't have a plan, and I'm not gonna put, like, any theme here besides these trees and these trees. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with my secret beach. Something. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something crazy. And then I'm gonna have, because I've been told there's rumors, and the last rumor that I followed came out to be true, which is Brewster, and I'm so excited for Brewster. I've heard that they're adding more vegetables to the game, so I'm leaving this area open for that. I want it to happen. And Teddy's my only, like, wilderness villager, so I have him here. Hey, bud. Who did I say to call me Mint? Oh, I don't have this already. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna keep Teddy or not. I don't know. He's so cute though. Look at him. He's so cute. But I don't know if I want to trade him for Grizzly because I have so many jock villagers on my island, so it's just more of like let's see. So we have Jock. Never mind, we're keeping him because I only have 2 jocks. What the fuck? I only have 2? Because these 2 are lazy. Oh, okay. I'm getting rid of Poppy though. I'm being honest. She's not staying. She's not staying. I was only gonna get rid of Teddy because I wanted to get another bear type that wasn't, because I already had a jock. Like, I thought I had more jocks. I only have 2, so he's staying. Because look at him, he's so cute. I'm getting rid of Poppy though, because I want Coco on my island. Because if you know what Coco looks like, I love her. She's like, I love the way she looks. Is there any buzzing noises today? Is it like, is stream like, because I'm using, like I said, this fucking, what's it called? Game capture card is old, years old. Let's see, actually. I'm not gonna show it to you, but I'm gonna pull up my, my Minecraft YouTube channel, and let's see how old that is. You don't hear anything? You hear the game though, right? But you don't hear the buzzing. That's good. Six years ago. So this is 6 years old. I got more views on my Minecraft YouTube channel than I do on my YouTube channel now. Okay. That doesn't hurt at all. I was a child! And half those videos that have views on them, they didn't even work well, because for some reason my game capture card decided to stop working at one point. It's working fine now. Oh, that's what it is. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had this. This looks so cool. Wait, let's make this. I want to make that. I'm done looking for the fucking thing, by the way. It's not. It doesn't exist today. There's no scallop on my island today. It just decided, hey, I'm not gonna. What was that face Molly was making? I'm just not gonna spawn on the island today. Dude, I love pumpkins. I like the way they look in real life. I like carving pumpkins. Pumpkin patches are always fun. I just don't like the way they taste. Like, I used to love pumpkin pie, but I have this weird thing to where if I think about what I'm eating, or if it has like just the texture that's slightly off, it makes me gag. Oh my god. So, pumpkin pie's off the table. And I like sunflower seeds. But for some reason I don't like pumpkin seeds. But carving pumpkins are fun. Oh, he's dancing. Dobby's so cute. Yeah. What are you guys gonna be for Halloween this year? Because me and my IRL friends, the two I have, we're gonna be slasher people. So one of my friend Kaya, he's gonna be fucking Michael Myers. He's having a hard time though because he's like, all of the Michael Myers masks are $80. Which they are. Why are they so expensive? I'm Chucky because, you know, red hair. And my friend Devin is gonna be Ghostface, which is the guy from Scream. Also, I've been doing a challenge for myself where I watch a horror movie every night. And I've been doing a good job of keeping up with it. But yeah. I don't think a lot of people here celebrate Halloween or because of quarantine. And all my friends are vaccinated, so that's why I'm okay for them to come over. And also, what's it called? We're not going trick-or-treating, like, out. So we're just gonna be dressing up and watching scary movies, which is still gonna be fun. But yeah. I'll ask this. If quarantine or the dreaded virus wasn't a thing, and you had unlimited money to cosplay or dress up as anyone, who would you dress up as this Halloween? That's the question. And it's okay to do someone you think is gonna be popular. Like, if you think the guys from Squid Game are popular and, like, you still want to dress up as them, that's still an option. I struggle with this, so hopefully I can find it in time. I always like the excuse to dress up as a horror character. Not a horror character. A horror character. Nothing wrong with being... I'm not gonna... Alright, Molly. I'm never gonna let her change the word baby doll, because it's the best thing I ever added to her, like, dialogue. She's never asked me to change it, actually. Good thing, too! She better not call me baby doll one of these days. Oh god. I should have thought this through. Before I was like, yeah, let's do this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Where is it? Where'd it be? No, Malibu! Uh-oh. Nobody move! No way. No way I missed this. Come on. The island isn't that big. And I put things everywhere, so it's very hard for things to spawn in any other place than... It might be up here. It's up here. Everyone think positive thoughts. It's up here. Ah! Oh god! Oh, I found it! Okay. Woo! Got scared. Found it. Okay. Thank god. Oh, that's true. I shouldn't have opened it. Or tried to, at least. I'm really proud of this area of my island. The Vegement's so cute. Whew. I'm also proud of this area of my island. This is like the first area I actually decorated. I've added things, of course. But it's so cute. Molly, I found it! Hey girl, hey. I think if I had the ability to dress up as anyone for Halloween, like, no, like, money, like, I like, money wasn't a problem and I could make it, and so, or someone would make it for me for free, I would dress up as, oh my god, what's her name? No, I can't forget what her name is. Uh-oh, hold on. Shit, shut up. Ripley. Her name's Ripley! Okay, I would dress up as Ripley from the second Alien movie, where she is in the huge, like mecha suit. Like the claw guy. Like, you know, like the things that you use to pick, like, that thing? That one. That would be a cool cosplay. Like, where it can move. It would be so cool! That'd be cool. What am I making? Oh, I remember. No. You. Oh god, my nose is itchy. Yeah! What I really like about the spooky things is that in order to, like, change the color of something, you don't need, like, customizable boxes. You just need pumpkins. And I have a lot of pumpkins. Ooh, that one. If you had to have a monochrome lines, that'd be cool. Let's go. Yeah, this is a much more relaxing stream than I'm used to. Like, I'm trying to think of topics to talk about. Do I have any more embarrassing stories? Probably. I gotta think about it, though. thinking. Hold on. I thought it'd be longer. This looks cute. What I can do is I can put another one on the end so it looks longer. I can do that. Yeah, pumpkins kind of go with the German theme actually, because they do a lot of, in Germany, they do a lot of, I should have said this. So my island on Animal Crossing, I'm trying to go for a German themed island. So like this whole area, I'm waiting for the Christmas stuff because this is going to be the Christmas market, which actually usually is in like around Thanksgiving time. But it's this huge marketplace that, yeah, they sell it. It's called the Christmas markets. And it's something that I'm going to this year. I'm vaccinated, don't worry. And my mom, who is compromised, she also has the booster. Yeah. I also wanted to be accurate, so I'm not just saying like, oh, I have a German theme island and it's just fall themed. Like, I wanted to be accurate. But yeah. But pumpkins are, like, they do a lot of things with pumpkins, so I'm not wrong. Like, there's a lot of parts of my island that are directly inspired from things. Oh, he's scheduled to get his booster? That's so exciting! Tell your dad I'm happy for him. When my mom got the first shot, she was so sluggish. Like the vaccine. She was very sluggish for the first day. But when she got her booster, she was just sore. I think the CDC is gonna make it so they're probably gonna require everyone to get a booster. I don't mind, because my priority is to keep the people around me safe, strangers safe, and my mom safe. Because my mom could pass away if she gets it. She gets COVID, because she only has one kidney, and it's not even her kidney. So she has to take pills in order. I think she takes 40 a day, so her body doesn't reject the kidney. Crazy shit. So she's compromised. So it wouldn't be good for her to get it. It's not good for anyone to get it, but you know what I mean. It doesn't work. It doesn't do what I wanted it to. That's okay though. I can just put this somewhere else. It's a really sad world we live in right now. But oh, I forgot he works at the hospital. That must be really stressful right now, actually. Oh my god. Couldn't imagine. Where'd I put this? I like it there. Yeah, let's see. The pub right here. It makes sense to me because, anyone who interacts with the doctors or people who work with patients are on the high list. If he works from home, it might be just like an employee thing then. Because, like, they might get in trouble if they just leave out some people, because I don't know. Priority list is weird to me, because at least everyone still gets it, but it's crazy what they deem priorities and not. This is, I took inspiration from this, from an outdoor pub I
saw pictures of from Germany. And the entire this area, the whole neighborhood, I took this straight from a like an urban German neighborhood. Regardless of the job at the hospital. I respect that, actually. At least everyone gets it. Yeah, all of this is straight from like a German urban, especially this. This is like straight up. This is like. Alright, what do you need? Nope. Island's coming together. I've decided I'm gonna do for every dance season for like high schools, even though only one of my friends who does did the prom last year is in high school still. I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna stream it. So what I'm talking about is last year during prom season in Animal Crossing, I held a prom in Animal Crossing. I can pull out the pictures, I think. Don't worry about all the pictures of fucking Link, and don't look at it. Don't look. I said don't look. 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 Stop looking. Here it is. So I held a prom. I didn't stream it. Stop. Stop. I'm not a simp. I'm not a simp. Stop. I just take pictures of things I think are pretty. So this is this is like screenshots I took from the prom. I didn't take pictures of any of the games. So who is here from left to right? Left, Rafer, me, Ava, Mike, and Lex. Mike won. Oh, by the way, this is what my island used to look like in the area we just passed. I'll show you where this took place in. But yeah. So I was the host. So basically that meant I didn't participate in the games because I wanted to be fair. Because I knew I knew how to finesse all the games. And I'm gonna be the host again this year, so I won't. Yes. Nope. Thank you guys for sticking with the stream and watching it for this long. I'm gonna stop at the 2-hour mark, but this is actually really gonna help boost my stats. So this is very nice of you too. So thank you. Anyway, so I'm gonna stream the next set of games that or the next prom. Winter Formal is next. I think it actually is like next month. So that's cool. So I'm gonna be hosting another one, and I'm gonna be streaming it. So that'll be so cool. So this entire area is where those pictures took place. Like you could see that I kept this here. Isn't that crazy how much it changes? So cool. So yeah, we play about 10 games, I think. What do I have? Insane. So 8 games actually. I have 8 games planned. These are the same numbers I used for the first one. I'm missing a few numbers. That's okay. I'll just add them back. I don't need the numbers. Don't worry about this. It's for my phone case. You see my phone case? It's a Tomoe from it's a Jinja Ito like story. I wanted a spooky phone case, so I did it. Yeah, I'm gonna be hosting prom. I'm gonna I might repeat some games because we did a spelling bee and it was kind of not well done, and so I wish I could redo that, so I'm gonna redo it. And definitely I want to reimagine How to Go Seek because that made me so upset. Like I said, I didn't take pictures or anything from the games, and I really wish I did. But it kind of goes to show that I was just really caught up in it. hiding on my islands is definitely going to be a lot crazier now because a lot of the things I have now were not here when we did the games. It's kind of sad that I could compete, but I'm not going to. So how the games worked is we played a certain number of games, and whoever won the most, Mike won the most, was crowned proud king or queen. Actually, let's look at the clothes and see things that I can get rid of. That I don't wear. You're a repeat. Ugly color. Repeat. I would never wear that. I would never wear this. I wouldn't wear this. I wouldn't wear this. I wouldn't wear these two. I wouldn't wear you. Oh my god, this reminds me. I meant to hold like a graduation party. Oh, I meant to hold a graduation party of an Animal Crossing. I didn't. I meant to. That's kind of sad. Got it. Alright. I'm definitely streaming it this time. And I'm glad we're doing more. Because it was so much fun. I loved like being a part of it. But Spelling Bee was pretty rough. I pulled up so what happened is I pulled up a sheet. This is basically me making up excuses because I should have done better because I was the host. I pulled up a sheet of Spelling Bee of hard words from each grade. And what I did is I chose words without thinking about it. So I gave someone like a stupid easy like word, and then I give someone like a word that I'm sure they were never gonna be able to pronounce. I didn't think about it. And then I progressively went upgrades, which is what I should have done at the end of the round and not per person. So like I would give Ava something from the 4th grade, and then I would give Lex something from the 5th grade, and it wasn't fair. What I should have done, and I'm gonna do this time, is I'm gonna give people words all from the same grade, and then if they pass that level, I'm gonna go to the next grade. It'll make for something more interesting. I think. Don't laugh at me. It's an excuse. That's what this is. This is me excusing my behavior as a poor host. This is ugly. I would never wear green. That's a Jack thing, not a me thing. As you can tell, I like wearing black and very cozy colors on my island. Yucks. No. I would never wear this. I would never wear this. I have a pirate suit. I've never seen that before. Don't need you. Don't need you. I don't like the parkas that much. I wear this to bed sometimes. Sometimes I dress my villager or Animal Crossing person in pajamas when I leave the game. I think it's cute. Yeah, I can't wait for winter formal season. I gotta like plan the games now. Cause the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, I haven't really thought about it yet, and I should, because it's like right around the corner. Oh god. Sorry, I'm sitting very uncomfortably in my chair right now. Let's get rid of definitely you. You're a repeat. Shit. Cool. I can't wait. might have to get rid of this to like make room for some of the rooms, which I'm willing to do. Cause I want my friends to have fun, and I think they had a really good time at the prom I did. So I don't mind just doing that, cause I can just put it back another day anyway. Yeah, it was super fun, and it really went along with the fact that there was a prom season in game. So people like, as you saw in the pictures, they wore suits, or if you're Raper, dress up as a Persona 5 character. It was really cute. Very stylish. Everyone looked very fly. I'm very excited. Because it'll probably be during fall, so there'll be fall things on mine. I'm not very good at watering my plants, as you see. Very uncoordinated. I hear you, Balloon. I was like thinking about streaming Animal Crossing more often, but the only problem with it is I see streams where people like what they do is they collect things over time and then in a burst make something. I don't roll that way. It takes me a while to decorate places in my island because I go like from how I feel. So as you saw like on like there's sometimes where I do add everything instantly. Like let's go look at my pub. So I did build a lot of this and place it, but there's not. It's also like first I laid the groundwork and I bought things and they came in the next day. Because I don't usually time travel in this game. But if you look at my calendar, I am a day ahead in Animal Crossing. I do time travel sometimes, but I don't like to because I feel like it would kill the game for me too quick. Because I play this every day. I do dailies every day. But I'm prolonging this so I can make this a long stream. But, what was I gonna say? Like, people who just build stuff and, like, know, like, they're like, I thought about this is my look, I've collected everything, and I'm gonna do it now. I don't work that way. I like to lay it out, look at the layout, decide if I like it, and then, like, I kind of do things on the spot like that. Nothing wrong with it. It's just like it wouldn't be very interesting. Like right now, I'm deciding like what I should keep because they look cute. If I would ever wear them, I would never wear football pants. You repeat. I know some of these items are like special items, but they're ugly. They're just ugly, man. Ooh, I like you. I've never wore the punk pants before. You're a repeat. Repeat. Oh, I never fucking wear those. Repeat. I don't usually wear pink. I'm gonna keep that just in case I ever need to fucking cosplay as Aesop. You guys know who Aesop is? I should explain. So, Aesop is the person who made, like, fables. Like, he wrote fables. Still lurking? Made fables like the Golden Goose Fable. Like, you know, like Greek fables. Like, really old ones. Like, Tortoise and the Hare, actually, I think. I gotta look up, because I don't want to say something that is wrong and give you false information. My music started. I gotta stop that. I had this ready so I can play it for when we're talking, but... So, they always had meaning to them, so, like... I was in a play once where... It was a music... You know, it was a play called Aesop's Foibles, and it was about him. So that's how I know. And I was the golden goose. So the story of the golden goose is where this farmer had a golden goose. And, every so often they would lay golden eggs. But the farmer wanted more. They wanted more golden eggs and so on and so forth. So basically, he killed the goose and cut him open because he was like, the eggs are in here. But he killed the goose for nothing, and then he lost his thing that laid the golden eggs. So that's cool. Tortoise and the Hare, that is a Aesop's Foibles. A fable. I always want to go with foible because that was what I was in. So there's Tortoise and the Hare. They always had a lesson to them. The Ant and the Grasshopper, which was about kind of the same thing, where like the ants were working hard so they could have food for winter, and the grasshopper didn't, and he starved. A lot of them were. I think one of my favorites was like the fox one. A lot of these I can't really explain very well because they're old. The lion, the ass, and the fox. I know it's about fucking donkey, but that's funny. Because I still laugh at ass. Yeah, it's just like that. Where'd that come from? It's because those fucking, like... Yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's cool. In that show, actually, something that was really cool that happened was, not cool, but something that me and the people who were on stage, because I was kind of like a side character, but I was still on stage the whole time, because how it worked is, in the show, when your fable was told, you would still sit on stage. So, like, for every single fable, and for everything, I was always on stage. And my cousin, actually, was the farmer. It was really cool. Anyway, this one time, so how the show works is, it's about Aesop, and he is, he's like in therapy or something. It's been a very long time. I was very little when I was on this show. And so, like, throughout, the therapist talks to him and is like, so, what does this mean to you? Or, like, what is this, basically? And, he was supposed to be on stage for most of it, too. So he would come on stage, and this one time, Act 2 begun, and he came on, and he was like, will you excuse me? And he left. So what happened is the actor got sick, and backstage started throwing up, and I mean throwing up, like, it was apparently really bad. And all of us on stage didn't know what to do, because, like, half of the fucking part, right? Half of it, like, he has to be there to think of it. So for about maybe 10 minutes, we were improvising this whole part where we were waiting for him. And all of us were just, like, it was basically all of us cracking jokes. And, like, the audience, like, laughed. They liked it. But you could tell, like, it was improv. Because, like, we were kids. But we were also kids who did really good improv. So it was, like, a good moment in mine. It was, like, a good, like, fucking point in the career. But I was a little upset because, I was one of the youngest ones on the stage. I'm still very proud of that I even got that part, by the way. And, a chair moved backstage because, you know, he was fucking throwing up. But he was very quiet. It was very interesting how fucking quiet this man was. He threw up, and a chair raked across and made a chair noise. And everyone, like 2 people, maybe 3, on stage, in sync, were like, they blamed me, the goose, at the time. And I remember being upset about that. I was mad that they thought I farted. I didn't. It was the chair. It was the chair, guys. The chair. It wasn't me. It was the chair. I got upset about that. Oh my god. I miss being in theater, honestly. This is no surprise to anyone because I'm a huge theater nerd, but I do miss it. It's a little hard to get into now, and now that I do this, it might be something of the past. I do plan on, hopefully, trying to do, like, kind of, like, half trying, like, covers for my channel. Like, because I'm not a good singer. That's not why I got casted. I've always, like, I'm gonna brag a little bit, but I won awards for acting, not singing. This one time. I was in a musical for Hansel and Gretel, and I played 2 characters. I was the teacher in the opening number who, like, I was the first one to sing, so I was pretty proud of that. And I would sing to the kids, and I was telling the story of Hansel and Gretel. And the other part I played was the gypsy, which was the it wasn't Hansel and Gretel, so it wasn't like it was about only the 2 kids. Like, they had friends, and the friends also got lost with them. And so I was the person in the show who, like, warned them about the fucking forest. And without being told, I gave her an accent as a kid. So I did this as a kid. It was really, really cool. And the director was like, "What's that?" I said, "I thought it'd be cool." And she was like, "I like it. Keep it." And basically, I went up against Gretel, me, and the witch, who I was best friends with. We were buddy. And we were up for Best Actress award, and I got it. I was gonna get it was supposed to be sent in the mail, my prize. So I have no proof of this actually, because it was supposed to be sent to me in the mail, like the plaque or like the certificate, but I never got it. Something happened to it, and it got like it was mailed to my aunt's house, but my aunt never gave it to me. Something like that. Like something weird happened to it. Guys, it was real. I swear I won this award. I just don't have it on me, so I can't prove it. Cool. I have a lot of repeats. Why the fuck do I buy the same things? This keeps happening. Shit. Almost done. I really liked acting. The last show I did was a musical production of Beauty and the Beast in middle school. And I actually got Belle. Now, I know that'll make you think, "Oh, Cherry, so that means you lied to us," and you're like, "Oh, you can sing." No. See, the funny thing is my mom was a director. So, there might be another reason why I got it. She says that it's because I was the best candidate, but it's also my mom. So it's like, where it's like, to her face, I'm like, "Oh, I believe you," and behind her back, I'm like, I think she did it, because, like, I think to her, she thinks I was the best candidate, but it's also my mom, and I think she had mom vision on, to where, like, she's blind to imperfection. I was able to keep the Belle dress, actually, so I still have it. I've always, like, sometimes when I have a bad day, I go in and try it on, because it's a ball gown. It's a gorgeous dress, and it makes me feel good. It's fun to put on. What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a ghost umbrella. This looks so weird. Alright. That should be everything that I want to get rid of, then. Yeah. This one time I got in trouble. I actually, speaking of the Hansel and Gretel musical, I had the worst luck of that show because I was in a community theater, so it was a production of kids. And the directors, 2 very nice ladies, were friends with my mom. So that was how I was kind of able to get in, because a lot of kids auditioned. And speaking of this community theater, there was this girl whose dad donated a lot of money to, like, the community theater, so it was able to stay open for so long. So it was kind of weird that this girl, I don't know what happened, but this girl doesn't really, like, this is going to be very rude to say, but it's crazy how she got every single main role, and I mean every single one. She was Gretel, she was, like, in Beauty and the Beast. I did it twice, by the way. So the first time I did it, there was 2 productions going on. There was the junior and the older kid version. In the junior version, she was Belle, and I was in the adult version. not the adult, but teenage version, but I got casted as a fucking sheep herder. I remember crying so hard, because I worked so hard to audition. But anyway, where's that going? It was, so she would be main characters all the time. So in Gretel, as Gretel, she was very mean too. So she was Gretel, and as the okay. So how do I explain this? So my character had a cane, and I got in trouble a lot of times in this production for things that like were so stupid. And I used to I don't get in trouble. I've never been grounded. So like the fact that this happened, like the most times I've ever gotten in trouble was entirely during this show, and it was purely because of bad luck. I don't know what the hell happened. So basically, like, oh my god. So I had a cane, right? And so like as like my role was to like I was old. So I was allowed to walk with it backstage. And then I lost privileges with it. So I was able to like hold it around backstage, and I liked to because I was little and I liked pretending to be old. And I remember one of Gretel's like buddies, she was like, "Hey, can I hold it?" But the rules about props where you weren't allowed to give props to someone else, and someone else wasn't allowed to have a prop that wasn't theirs. So I was like, I would get in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble. And this is the first time I got in trouble. So basically, she grabbed it and was trying to yoink it out of my hand. And basically what happened is I was pulling it away from her, and she kept trying to pull it, and was like, "Can I have this?" But it's like, you knew the rule. So basically, I let go, and it smacked her in the face. But what she told the directors was I hit her in the face with my cane. But I didn't. She was pulling, and I let go, because I was like, fuck it, if she's gonna be like this, then I'm just gonna let her have it. But I let go, and I didn't say anything because I was little, and it smacked her in the face, and she told the directors that I hit her with it. So I lost privileges with the cane. And then, because it was a community production, so there were a lot of little kids in it, I was using the bathroom, and there's little girls who came in the bathroom and started playing Bloody Mary. And I came out of the stall, and I scared them, and they ran away. Thought nothing of it. And about 20 minutes later, because a lot of moms worked in the show, so like they would do costumes and shit. A bunch of moms and the directors came up to me and were like, "Did you tell these kids to play Bloody Mary in the bathroom?" And they were crying. And I said, "No, I was using the bathroom when they were doing it, but I didn't tell them to do it." And I got in trouble again because they didn't believe me. And another time, Gretel. This one's on me though, because I should have known that like she got away with it because she had like special privilege. So we had a rule that you weren't allowed to eat in costumes. It's like a rule in general, and I should have known better. Honestly, this one's kind of on me. So Gretel one time brought a bunch of food to the show to eat during like intermission, but you're not allowed to eat in the costume. And like she got away with it though. Like she didn't get in trouble, and people saw her definitely. And so I was like, cool. So that means I could do it. So then the next day, I brought like a bag full of snacks, and I was eating it during the intermission too. And one of the moms bursted in the door and was like, "I smell food," and then found me with it. And then they confiscated my snacks. And then I remember my family came to see. Well, my aunts came to see that show that day. So I remember at the end of it, they gave me back the food in front of my aunt. It was like, make sure this doesn't happen again. And my fucking aunt, let's go! I finally got the scallop! My aunt being the aunt, she was like, "Did you get in trouble?" I wanted to fucking backhand her. Yes, you can have it. I've been waiting to see you all day, man! Basically that. And I got in trouble so many times that the director was like, "Hey, I gotta talk to your mom." And so they pulled out my mom at the last show. Like, one of the, like, this was stupid. Like, if you're gonna talk to my mom, talk to her after the show. They pulled her out during, like, the second act of, like, one of my final performances. Which I'm sure she wanted to see. And they talked to her, basically. I didn't get grounded because I explained to my mom. I was like, "Listen, most of these were not my fault. It was just stupid luck, and I didn't get in trouble for it." But it was so weird. That, like, all that just kept happening. Stupid. Like, honestly, really upsetting. I think that was the last show I actually did at that place. No, it was Beauty and the Beast. Because then I was in another show, but I had to leave during it. Like, I had to drop out of it because I had camp the weekend of when the show was starting, and I couldn't. Because I was a side character, so I couldn't just, like, not be there. It was a really stupid show, though. Like, it was weird. I don't remember what it was, but it was, like, mini skits. And we were kids, so. It worked really weird. Oh my god! I finally remembered an embarrassing story. So, the second time I did Beauty and the Beast, where I was Belle, hold on, I gotta take a sip. We were rehearsing it was like during Tech Week, so people who aren't in theater, basically what Tech Week is, it's a week where you run through the show, and it's also called Hell Week because you run through the show, you test the mics and test the lights and test music, you test everything, and you like run through the show each day. Or at least that's how I did it at my middle school. Middle school production of Beauty and the Beast. And so basically, we were running through it in a full costume. I was wearing the bell gown. We just did the waltz. And, the Beast and I were going backstage. And, the feather duster, her feathers were kind of loose, so a lot of them fell out everywhere. So, there was a feather, and I didn't see it, and I kind of slipped on it in this giant-ass gown that was huge. But me and the Beast were walking in a line, so he was in front of me. And basically what happened is I kicked him in the ass. Literally. My foot went, like, not in his butt, but I kicked him in the butt. Hard. And I fell, and then he turned around and was, like, upset, and then he saw it was me. I had a very awkward time with this Beast, because we did not know each other. And I remember we were like, because in the junior version of the show, you don't kiss, we hug, which, thank God. Not that he was ugly, it's just like I have a weird thing about kissing. I remember the ending song, in the junior version, we have an ending song together, and I remember, like, he was like, listen, I'm not doing the ending song, so basically I was the only one, like, the two of us, I just sang to him. But yeah, I kicked him in the butt. It was really embarrassing. Because then I fell in a huge dress, so it looked even stupider than you think it did. It was really embarrassing. Bro. Come on. It's fucking stupid dress. It's not a stupid dress, it's really pretty. Bruh. Okay. I'll tell you what. I have the hardest time with this part of my island. Like, not the forest area, but the mountain. I'm trying so hard to make this look like the fucking Alps. And making mountains in Animal Crossing is so hard. Like, this does not look like a mountain. I put those silos up there for, like, temporary. But it's hard. Why is it so hard? You can see that I'm trying to go with. But it's difficult, man. And I thought, hold on. Cool. I thought if I use stands, like, you know, how do I explain this? Like these, you see this? You can see I tried to use it. I thought this would make it look cute, but it doesn't work. It's because it's so small and like there's small ones. It's so hard. I might just leave it like this, but I also might take it down because I don't know what to do. Because it doesn't work. Not right now, it doesn't work. It doesn't do what I want it to do. Because I'm trying to make it look like it's a mountain. Like, it's a bunch of mountains, like the fucking Alps. I can't have a German island without the fucking Alps. I wanted it to be like a background drop for, like, the forest area. It's really hard. It doesn't work. Also, I didn't realize this reset because one of my friends came to my island and I've never noticed this before. I'm gonna kill him. There used to be like a really one of my friends came to my island and left a really pretty drawing. And then you have friends like this who say kid named Fart. Thanks, Lex. I think that's about it for today. I think I did everything I wanted to do in Animal Crossing. Yeah, I still don't know what to say there. I'm trying! Making areas, like small areas like that, without like a general idea is hard. Like, you could see the idea of going for here. I think this is done. I like the idea of like kind of empty beaches. Like, you know how people like kind of stack up their beaches? It works for their islands, but I don't think it would work for mine. Like this like works in its own way because it's just like a beach. But Germany, the funny thing is, Germany is in the middle of Europe. They don't have beaches. So I can't just look up German beach and expect like to find anything to work off of. So I kind of just work off of like UK, not UK. Do they even swim like in the? They probably do because it's fucking Europeans. But like, I'm trying to look up like England beaches, but it also doesn't work well. So I'm just kind of going with what I feel is right. Do Europeans swim? I know. It sounded wrong the minute it left my lips. Okay. You know what I meant? Okay, well, my point is Germany doesn't have beaches because they're not by the ocean. So I can't just base them off. I can't base like any of this area off of stuff like that. Shut up, Mike. I think it looks okay, Bear. As you can see, this is temporary, and these bars are not staying forever. I promise. It's just so, it's just a way for me to get balloons easier, so I can get the DIY recipes for seasonal events. No, it doesn't. It's in the middle of Europe. What do you mean? Oh God, what if I'm wrong? It's in the middle of. It is. Shut up. It does have a coastline. No, it doesn't. Mike. Oh God, it is. It's in the North Sea by Denmark. No, but like, I looked at a map. And I was like, oh, because I thought, because at first I did think it was being, I thought it was by the ocean, but then I looked at a map and it like no, I'm just crazy. It does have a coastline. Oh my God. Don't put the L in my chat. That's so mean. Oh my God. I'm so stupid. Oh no. It does have a coastline. Oh no. I think I was. I think when I was Okay. Well, now I have something to base it off of. That is super upsetting. It doesn't surprise me, because it is me, and I have no understanding. My friend sent me a meme a little bit ago, and it was like about this person on Twitter that said, I know the map of Hyrule in Breath of the Wild better than I know any geological map, even the map of the United States, and I saw that, and my friend sent it to me. And it's so true! I can tell you most of where everything is in Breath of the Wild, because I played it 3 times. How many hours do I have in it? Let's go look. I just showed my friend code. It's fine. I could just deny everything. I do know the map of Hyrule better than I do any map of anywhere. I gotta end the stream soon. I think for some reason my brain don't worky today. I'll never say that again. Something good? Shit. Wait. No! That looks like something my mom would wear, but not me. I should give that to my mom, actually. She's on my Animal Crossing island, so I can just mail it to her. Alright, that's the last thing we'll do. She hasn't been on in a while, but I like the Jester. The Jester. Yeah. What, like, I realized the other day that Megamind is way too good of a movie to be just for kids, okay? This conversation came out of nowhere, but it's something that I really feel. Because it is. It's such a good movie. It's so good. My throat is so dry. I have no idea what the fucking buzzing sound was, by the way. That was crazy. Came out of nowhere. That stream was just really, like, really, eventful, I would say. Game wasn't able to finish. I really love this. I love this one, though. I treat my mom very well. I do love my mom, though. Oh my god. Speaking of Beauty and the Beast, so, the way I sing, not well, but, the way my voice is I'm a belter. So for people who aren't really familiar with that, it's basically, loud. I'm loud. I sing loud. I'm just belting. That's it's like it's loud. It's just loud. It's just loud. It's just loud. So it sounds good, but it's just loud. It's just loud. It's just loud. And for Beauty and the Beast, I remember they couldn't figure out how to mic me very well because I sing one sad song and I would sing quieter because it was a sad song. I had fucking belt then, so they would have trouble. And I remember for the first night, I peaked the, like, you know how you peak the mic when you scream too much into it, depending on what mic you have. I did that literally for a theater mic, which is a lot better. It's supposed to not do that. I fucking broke that shit so bad that it peaked. It didn't peak like to where it, like, you know how like when this mic or mics peak, it just like kind of cuts it out. It's so loud that the mic doesn't pick it up. Does that make sense? It's more of like, it was so loud it like cracked them, like it made cracked noises in the speakers. And so my aunt, who was recording, it's on video. So on video, in the front row, a bunch of kids do this. So that didn't help my self-esteem. I was just like, damn, okay. Rude. Alright. I think that's about it for today. I try to do a very chill stream, and I think that's what we achieved here. And I think we did a very good job on averaging 3 viewers, so thank you guys for doing that for me. We're so close to affiliate. It's gonna be so exciting. I didn't mean to click you. But I guess we're just gonna make it with this. Alright. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for joining us for this really chill stream. I'm not making this into a video, by the way. What would it be? Just me talking about shit and showing my fucking friend code. Alright, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next week where we're gonna try to do a stream a day to help me hit the gold affiliate. So that'll be really cool. So thank you guys for so much for watching. I'll see you later and bye.